Uh-oh. I blocked my view. Good morning, lifeboat. This is Spanx Calhoun, your captain speaking. It's Monday, baby. That means new week, new streak. Trying to come up with a fun way to say that. That was as good as I could figure it out. We're going to make it a brand new week this week, brand new streak. Hill hath no fury. Good to see ya. Kristen Melinda, Valerie 102, Debbie P, Body Illusion. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Pajama Pixie. Casey. I was just journaling. That's why I'm late. I had to finish. Millie the Dandelion. Good morning. I'm glad you're catching this live, lurking but present. Becca Jean is hella sick. Let's get some ones for Becca Jean. I hope you feel better, Becca. Leslie girl. I don't know if I've ever said hello to you. Hey there. Welcome in. I live for now. Tommy Bird. Good morning. How you guys doing? Scooby Lee. Off until Wednesday. We're going to be hanging out quite a bit. Philly Donna, Brazy Girl. Good morning, Brazy Girl. How are you? Lord Kiss Freak. Sweet deal, guys. It's going to be a good week. I can feel it. It's been a weird morning, I guess. I got up on time, but it was like a different, just felt tired. I got plenty of sleep, felt groggy. I've been working on this coffee. And then I was listening to one of my favorite bands and just like started tearing up and stuff, like over and over. And these jerks outside have been doing the leaf blower thing for at least 30 minutes. It's like, do you have any decency? I know you don't want to sleep and you'd like to be out there breathing gas fumes from your thing in this cage of apartment complex, but I don't. I would like to be able to do my show and not have to I don't know if you can hear that, but it's quite distracting and irritating. But I digress. Man's got to make a living, so I guess leaf blowing at 6:50 is how he's doing it. That's fine. Good morning, my other's keeper, Tina Marie. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Let's go see what the replies are. You hear it. Yeah, it's terrible. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I hope it's not too bad. At least they're not gonna like leaf blower. The leaf blower company's not gonna call us and tell us to take the show down. So that's good at least. You know? It's like a giant bumblebee around the house when they make that. It is. Except it's just right out front. He's just standing out there going back and forth. There's a whole bunch of plant matter. He's trying to handle it. Peace be the journey. Good morning. Leslie can't hear it. That's fantastic. Caffeine now. Yeah, I'm working on mine. It's doing its job slowly. I don't know. It's just been an interesting morning. Yeah, maybe that's a good thing. It's. I don't think that they were bad tears. I think I was just getting a little emotional about my life. I don't know. I was a very hopeless variety alcoholic and it's at one point crackhead. So it's just mind blowing to me that I can be in the position that I'm in and that I can be okay. I guess even is a blessing. It's not something that I ever thought I was gonna be. Was okay. The band this morning is that I'm still stuck on that same Mastodon song from yesterday. That solo, like 2 minutes in or something like that, just kills me every time. I feel like that song is like about loss or something. I was talking to Izzy about it, and she said something about she has great words. I love Izzy's words. It's a hug through grief in sound form. I was like, yeah, that is exactly what it is, isn't it? But yeah, that song just keeps wrecking me. And me being a sucker for punishment, I just listen to it over and over. But it's a good cry. It's good. I am drinking from a mug with a broken handle. Shout out to my buddy Taji. We were at Burning Man, and we got these, or I got this mug on my adventures from a camp that was, I don't know how they like sandblasted this on there or something, but they were sandblasting mugs and gifting them to people. And I received one, and I let I let Taji touch it one time, and he dropped it and broke the handle off. It's okay. I love him. It's okay. But it's like my Burning Man mug, so I'm not going to get rid of it. It's like it's special. So I don't know. Maybe I'll learn how to sandblast and I'll make one that has a handle on it. Yeah, I don't know what it is about sad songs, Ben Bacon Bits, but they really grab me. Grab me right by the heart. Keep me coming back. And maybe there's something to that for me too, Kristen. Kristen says maybe if we've been stuffing the feelings for a long time, when they're back, we appreciate if they are rough. Absolutely. And I definitely have been quite vulnerable on here a few times recently. So maybe it's just my feelers are astir, I believe is what they say. Is Calhoun your middle name now, lol, or is Spanx Calhoun your first name and Scoville your last? Asking for a friend. I'm not entirely certain myself. We could probably just mix them all up and match them, and it would probably still be fine. Calhoun Spanx Scoville, Scoville Spanx Calhoun. I don't know, but I do have a middle name that's not Calhoun. It's actually Andrew for those that appreciate the details. Cracking my head, so to speak. Yeah, dude. What a great descriptor. It's exactly what I was doing. And I can't tell you why either, man. There's a whole lot of blank spots from that portion, I tell you what. I love a good song that reminds me I'm better. Scooby Lee. A Perfect Circle has a few songs like that for me that just really hit me in the feels. Someone's loud music in their loud car. That's like a regular occurrence over here for sure. I don't know. I don't understand people sometimes, I feel like I'm like considerate to a fault sometimes. Like I'll put myself out just a little bit so that I don't disturb somebody. And with audio stuff, I have very sensitive ears. I have like a weird thing with my ears. Not like the guy, not like the brother from Something About Mary, but like kinda. Um, so like I'm always trying to be real considerate of people and sound and stuff. Like I'm not gonna chew into the microphone. If I catch myself like making audible drinking sounds in the microphone, like I beat myself up for it because that drives me nuts when I'm on the receiving end. So I don't know. I don't get it. How people can just not think about other people. And body illusion raises a great point. At least I don't have to do the leaf blowing. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense when you put it that way, Kim. I tell you what, it's probably going to be, that's probably exactly what they're doing because it's going to be 110 in a couple months. 110. Well, guys, what do you, did anyone catch my dad in, in the basement? What do you guys think about all that? Give it to me raw. He doesn't watch, and I'm not going to tell him, but I want to know what you guys think. You don't have to answer either. I always miss the snow, body illusion. I'm missing the snow right now, but I'm going to visit my snow friends in the desert, so not in the snow. But my friends that I enjoy the snow with, we're going to be hanging out. I think in about a month and a half for a little weekend. It'll be sweet. Joy is my middle name. What a great middle name. What a great middle name. Do you feel cursed with happiness because because of your namesake? I guess that wouldn't be the worst curse. Well, have a great day, Millie. We will see you soon, I'm sure of it. In the dungeon, you mean? Dude, their drummer, Ben, I'm telling you, man, probably one of my favorite drummers currently. It's hard to like pit anyone against the greats, right? But he's my favorite member of the band. And I'm pretty sure the bassist does, there's two singers. I think the bassist does some of the vocals, and so he's pretty neat. But anyways, I imagine that you will dig their drummer. They have some. I don't know if you're into progressive stuff, Ben, but some of their stuff gets real progressive, and I feel like that's where he shines the most. And I don't know. I would recommend. What's it called? I think it's Halloween. It might be Ember City though. Hold on. Yeah, I would recommend checking out Halloween, and then I don't know. All their music is great. Their first few albums had a different sound, and then they kind of found themselves. And I guess all their albums have a different sound. But yeah, dude, let me know as you get more into. They're one of my favorite bands. Yeah, I thought so. But I don't. Sometimes I get genres mixed up and I get confused in my head. I don't like to assume. So let me know. How your journey goes with them, dude. They're pretty sweet. It's a beautiful spring day, says Sandy Wandy. I feel like we're a little more summer over here, but I am in Arizona. Yesterday, I got to spend a bunch of time poolside. Oh my life was complete. My life was complete. Yeah, it's kind of like WTF, mate, right? I'm pretty sure he's actually in KC, unless he's pulling the wool over my eyes, too. Well, Tommy Bird, I'm trying to just stir up the conversation. I probably agree. It's probably not like, but like, we should gossip about it. That's what I think. Because it is, I think it's harmless. But you do you. I appreciate, I figured that some people would feel that way. So, but I think it could be a fun dialogue. I think it could be a fun dialogue. And I'm not going to take offense. Like I know who my dad is, and I know the quality of his character and the caliber, so like I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. But also maybe I shouldn't ask for that conversation, right? Maybe I'm biting off more than I can chew. I don't know. I appreciate you responding though, Tommy Bird. We definitely want to come see you, by the way. We want to come see everyone. I actually was talking to someone about a bus yesterday. Not a bus, trailer. Yeah, like something we could live in and travel in kind of thing, like for a tour, so to speak. So we have definitely been looking into making that happen. It's just going to take a bit. Not even past the mailboxes. Good morning, Izzy. So far, Monday's treating me some kind of way for sure. Late as usual, dirty mouse. Tisk tisk. No, we're glad you're here. Better late than never. We were talking about late night Tommy in the basement, and we were also talking about music and motorhomes. We've been talking about quite a bit. Also, emotional mornings. Because today was a little emotional for me. Casey reminded me to journal. Thank you, Casey. Good morning, Heather. How are you? Lol. That's funny. Good morning, Karen Stein. How you doing? Yeah, the tour bus, Resin. That's what we need. We need the tour bus, baby. I'm telling you. I was looking at what was I doing? Oh, I was hanging out with my cousin, and he was telling me about these trailers that he was looking into, and they come in three lengths, and they're like modular, like all the like the kitchen and all the stuff is like you can pick it up and move it and set it here, and it all like stacks and moves. And I was looking at the big one they have, which is not cheap, but regardless, it looked really cool and spacious on the inside. I was like, dang, I would not mind living in that for an extended period of time on tour. I don't necessarily think we're going to spend a pile of money on like a brand new trailer camper thing, but you could probably find a sweet deal on a nice old one. My dad's very resourceful when it comes to business deals. So I wonder, something we've been talking about. I would love to get one. The one I was looking at yesterday that was quite unrealistic was so sweet though. So sweet. It's cute. It's very cute. No, definitely not Tommy Bird. I just get lost in my explanations sometime. I know you have a high opinion of my dad. That's not what I was getting out of that at all. There's definitely no way we have all the facts. And I think that's by design. I totally think that's by design. I tell you one thing, my dad is having a ball. He's over there behind the scenes like, oh, what am I going to get him with today? He's having a blast. And it kind of seems like the people that enjoy watching my dad are having a blast too. It certainly seems to be plopping off over there. So I wanted to ask my crew what they thought, because I thought it was kind of fun without getting too deep into it. Don't you love random dreams like that? I tell you what. I tell you what. Dude, I saw the videos you sent me and they were ridiculous. I think we definitely texted about it a little bit, but Lord Kiss Freak got the most epic images of the Northern Lights, and they looked just emerald green, just absolutely stunning. And he sent me a couple videos as well, and like the way that I've never seen anything like that in person. And just what it looked like on camera was stunning. So I imagine in person it was ridiculous. So go check out Lord Kiss Freak's Northern Lights. I know, I'm so sorry, Valerie. I've got Mastodon in one ear, so I'll be okay. I'll make it. I tell you what, Tommy, he does deserve it. He has a problem with like working too hard, you know? And like it serves him sometimes, but it also doesn't serve him at the same time. So it's really, really nice to see him relaxing and working, I guess. He's still working, but he should. I vote that he relaxes more frequently for sure. I think that he feels in his heart of hearts that he needs to earn that relaxation now, or maybe he feels like his time for relaxing was all the years he was doing dope or something. But I mean, you can only do what you can do. The past is the past, and now is what we have control over. So I don't know. I wish he would relax a little more, you know, because it's my dad. Yeah, send me some photos. I would love that. I would love that. Um, and I know I don't always get back to everyone immediately, but like, don't. It's not a judgment upon you or anything like that. I get a lot, and I try to get back to everybody, and sometimes it doesn't work out. So I just want all of you to know I love every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of you. So yeah, please, if you feel like reaching out, I'd love to have a dialogue actually. So that's how this thing works. That's how I figure out who to interview too. Is like once I get to know you a little better, it's like, oh, you have a little story to tell. And I'm sure everyone here has a story to tell, but I like to do things organically because it helps my brand and my process. So, you know, I want to get to know y'all. Deaudrey Gore, I was a total flake this morning. Left an employee waiting at the train station. Think I was in denial about Monday. Sheesh. Oh man, I have done this though. I have left the guy waiting at the gas station where I was supposed to pick him up. So like I totally get it. And on the other foot, I've been the guy that didn't get forgotten, but like we together, I wasn't driving, but you know, as co-pilot, I assisted in forgetting the homie was at the other train station or whatever. So tell you what, sucks. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. But the good news is we that's now in the past, and we're trucking along, right? What else does Monday have in store? Whatever it is, I'm sure that we're going to handle it as it comes. Sierra, Terry, running late this morning, getting ready for work, but I'll be listening. Have a wonderful day, all of you awesome people. Right back at you, Sierra, Terry. I hope that work treats you well. Hill hath no fury. I have to say, your name is one of my favorite handles that I've seen so far. I gotta say, as someone who's always preaching the importance of connection, I'm glad he is making time to really for his own connections. I'm telling you what, I have been encouraging him little by little by little, like just enough, like a little poke in the ribs, forever. And he seems to have formulated. He seems to have gotten the message. He likes relaxing. He enjoys it. It serves him. You know what I mean? He just needs to allow himself to receive that. I think is really what it comes down to. Now that I'm thinking about it and we're talking about it, Hill, I think that he really just needs to allow himself to relax. He needs to allow himself to be deserving of the relaxation. He doesn't feel deserving of it. I'm pretty sure. I would have to say. But he's no less deserving of it than you or I. You know what I mean? I've said this before and I'll say it again. We set our own value. We decide what we deserve. We decide what our worth is. And other people, whether it's conscious or subconscious, pick up on that and act accordingly. So you need to, the way you want to be, the golden rule, right? Treat others as you want to be treated. There's another golden rule, and forgot what it was, but what was I just talking about? Man, my brain this morning is insane. I was about to just hit a home run too, guys. Holy crap. Now it's like a bunt, and I missed. How embarrassing. Oh, yeah. The other golden rule is teach people how to treat you. You know what I mean? The other golden rule is set your value where you want it. You know what I mean? You get to choose. So I don't know. I got very discombobulated in the middle of that, so I'm gonna disengage and change the subject. Jen Aunt Hobbs says a couple nights ago I could see the northern lights from my house in the city. It was so pretty. I should have gone out that night. I'm a bit of a shut-in sometimes. I didn't go outside for the rocket, and I did not go outside for the northern lights. But my routine and schedule is very, very crispy. So that's good. That's good. Yeah, teach others your worth. That's right, Love It. Love It knew exactly what I was talking about the whole time. I could have just left it to Love It. The Fibonacci sequence. I got the Fibonacci something like died into the back of my undercut once upon a time. Yeah, and I think he recognizes that, Casey. Casey says he's talked about loving yourself first before someone else can love us. You are correct, Spanx. He doesn't feel deserving of love and happiness, but he is working on it. Totally. And, now that I think of it, we may have had a dialogue about it, he and I. And I tell you what, I have faith. I have faith in my father. And I always have. So I think he'll come around. Easy E says that was my journal entry this morning. I measured my worth only in how much I worked and how useful I was to others. Moving past that, I now need to respect my need to rest rather than shut it down. I thought we were going to list things. That's why I started counting. Fantastic. I can relate with this so much. And, where does our view of ourselves, before we realize that we're setting our own worth, right? How did we come up with our worth? How did we decide? And in my case, right, how did I decide that I was worth so little? What led to that? It's a very, very curious question, something that I probably will journal about today. I bet you it has a whole lot to do with the curveballs life was throwing at me, with the hand I was dealt, and the poker of life. I think that a lot of it has to do with circumstance, but also I think that there's probably many other factors. I think that if I were to really break that down, it's probably quite a spectrum of factors, I would say. But regardless, I find it much more useful to ask, "How can I move forward?" than I do to than I do. I find it much more useful to ask, "How do I move forward?" than to ask, "Why did this happen?" You know what I mean? It helps to break it down, to peel the onion, to get to the core. It does help. But at the end of the day, I need to move forward in this present moment. At the end of the day, I need to figure out how to move through the world, in spite of this experience, right? Or maybe not in spite of, but with this experience as a learning lesson or a jumping point. So I try to stay focused on the how rather than the why, even though journaling is kind of really about the why, right? And that is important. But I don't think I say this nearly enough, which I'm going to change. It's definitely more important how we move through this than why we ended up here. You know what I mean? Like, why we ended up here is important. It's very important. We want to get to the core and peel the onion all the way. But how we're going to act now, how we're going to move through life in the present is the most important. I remember, especially in early recovery, getting stuck on the why. Why is this happening? Why me? Again, what the heck? Am I cursed? Is there a family curse? And that was like a dialogue I would have with myself. And there was a lot more to it. It would evolve over time, but it was always a why thing. And that has no productive, like, there's no productivity in the why in that moment. Because the why was far beyond my comprehension at that time. The why was like way around, buried under all this substance abuse and trauma and stuff that I hadn't sifted through, right? So the why wasn't going to serve me at all until I got some good action. And eventually I was able to peel the onion and circle back to the why. Is this making sense, or am I doing a poor job of explaining this? I just don't want to understate the importance of how am I going to move through this. If I had only asked why and not how in early recovery, I wouldn't have gotten sober or stayed sober. It would have been impossible for me. I would have been stuck in the how. And I think that we talk a lot about the how because of the journaling and how important it is. But I think that I'm going to harp on the how as well now, because I remember distinctly having so much trouble, like, getting out of that cycle of, like, why is this happening again? What the, like, that was a destructive cycle. I was not able to build new from that place. So I had to shift my thinking. I still want y'all to be journaling. I think it's very important. But in the moment when things are getting rough, when the chips are down, just try and focus on how can I move through this? How can I get through this in one piece? How can I get through this, maintain my integrity? How can I get through this and not hurt my loved ones? Kind of thing. Whatever it may be, and your heart will know in the moment, right? But listen to yourself and don't get caught up in the how too much. It is important when we have free time, but in the moment, especially when we're under pressure, under stress, we want to ask how. And I don't necessarily mean ask someone around you. I mean, like, when you're having a dialogue with yourself, like, what the heck? Ask, how can I move through this? What am I going to do to do this better? I think I did good. I think that was sufficient. Guys, I never know what I'm going to do in the morning, because I spend most of my time, like, feeding the body, getting my brain, like, working properly. And then, like, 30 minutes before the show, I'm like, dang, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. But then we start waking up together and it's fine. Every time. It's not like the evening show. The evening show, I definitely needed, like, a solid rubric, but no, this is nice. Jumping hurdles, falling, and getting back up again. It's hard work. That's darn straight. Brenda, good morning. Tommy deserves fun and love. I agree. Sometimes the only way forward is to go through it. Matrix Rabbit with the wisdom. Things will work out just fine. Breezy girl, I'm very happy Tommy is in a happier, calmer place now. I hope it remains this way. Life is fast and really his business, not ours. He realized his breaking point and did something about it. Damn straight. Love you, Brazy. Thank you for saying all that. I appreciate you. Conversations with Christy, sometimes we aren't ready for the why because we aren't ready to heal from it yet. Why can be a rabbit hole. I agree. And healing takes place in its own time. We can't force it, right? Sometimes it does just take time. This is great. Thank you, Kristen. I'm having a great time. Sometimes there's no why, just impulse. I tell you what, and that's why we got to work on that how and being able to take a step back in our minds in the moment, right? Just slow the roll for a second. Wait a second. What am I doing? Oh, that's right. I know this process and this feeling, this pattern where it goes. Let's do this. Whoop, let's squirrel. Let's go this way. I don't know if I said hello to West Coast Fancy Nancy, but I just saw her name. So West Coast Fancy Nancy. Hey there. Good morning. Jimena, hey there. How you doing? Good morning. Robin Miners. No one knows why we don't feel ourselves valuable. The thing to do is see that you are and act accordingly. I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you so much, Robin. Yeah, write your story, Scooby. We want a story. We want a story. No, do your thing. Don't, you're all good. We know you're here in spirit at the very least. I mean, you are physically here. So, wow, my eyes hurt. What is going on? Guys, I just woke up. My eyes already hurt. I'm a professional whiner. I just try not to. I'm really good at it though. Super good at it, I promise. I could whine with the best of them. People just bring plates of cheese when I whine. Morning of light bulbs for me. Thank you so much, Captain and crew. Sometimes it feels like I'm not making progress, and we have that one live that just unlocks everything at once. I'm so glad to hear that, Izzy. That's awesome. Sometimes it's just divine. Sometimes it just happens like that. I would love to finish our dialogue, or not finish, but continue the dialogue we were talking about last night, Izzy. I know it was kind of late or whatever, but let's if you have some time today, let's get together and talk about it. But also, it seems like you probably have some stuff going on today, so just let me know. I'm available. Conversations with Christy, 10:45 Central. We'll be talking about not feeling like you're enough and feeling different. Fits this why and how conversation pretty good. Ooh, that's right. I may be popping over there as well. I remember having that conversation with you. Let's get together after this live, Christy, and figure it out. My other's keeper, I can totally relate to this sentiment. It's very, very easy to get lost in the chat. My brain definitely is equipped for it. And I don't mean like I'm super smart. I just mean like my ADHD, my Like I can definitely bounce around and keep like a semblance of. Sometimes it gets a little too erratic, right? But it's totally a thing. It's when I did the interview with Tara, I can't tell you how comfortable that felt. How much different that feels than this. It's completely different, way more comfortable. Um, and I also have this idea. I was like, man, I really need to get a partner in crime. I need to get someone on here to talk to all the time. That would be super cool. But we'll that'll happen if it's meant to happen, right? I think that we're just fine like this for now. I'm self-employed, so the boss tends to be cool with me taking breaks. Me too, dude. Me too. I tell you what. Multitasking. Not always my strongest suit. I tell you what. Yeah, absolutely. Body illusion. Body illusion says, Spanx, you're still kind of new in recovery. You're going to feel pains that you have numbed for years. Now you'll notice them. I am certain of it. And the reason they give out chips in the 12-step programs at the intervals that they do is because like 3 months, 6 months, a year, blah blah blah, 9 months. These are times that like your body does take time to heal and process all of this stuff, right? So these are times that are historically difficult for recovering addicts. So I imagine I'm coming up on some big ones. Coming up on some big ones. Every December is going to be rough for a while. Um, I think. I think every December is going to be real rough for a while. Ben Bacon bits, yeah, dialogue much easier than a monologue. You've got that right. We're having a dialogue. It's just complicated. Well, thank you for saying that, Brenda. I appreciate you. Janet G says, that's how it is for me. I'm almost 3 years sober, still learning about my issues. The first year, I was just so damn happy to be sober. Then later, it hit me the WTF feelings. Yeah, I tell you what. I sometimes I just wake up crying a little bit, and it's not like a sad thing necessarily. It's just an outpouring of emotion, I guess, is the best way to describe it. For me personally, the body keeps score. Helped me understand what trauma stored in the body does and looks like. I highly recommend that book. Okay. Okay. Where'd my, what the heck? Okay. Jimenez says, I love having you driving this boat, Spanx. You take the time to read and respond to as many of us as you can, and you remember us, and it is very valuable, and at least for me. Well, I tell you what, Jimena, that is definitely what I aim for, and it feels really good to hear that from you, especially, but also just to hear that at all, that it's working is great. Sometimes I doubt myself. In fact, I am a pro self doubter. I am only human. You know what I mean? I sometimes say I'm just a glorified member of the crew, right? Because I have, yeah, every day before I do a show, I'm ridden with self doubt, and I just have to push all that stuff aside. As soon as I hit the live and we start going, it's gone. It's out of here. But man, I really, really like to try to stop myself from doing it. So I'm glad to know that the connection things work in Jimena. I'm trying. I'd like to get to know each and every one of you a little bit more too, and we're working on it slowly, little by little. I think I've just now uh, like figured like this might be the routine that's actually going to make it. The sustainable routine. And in fact, I feel so good about it. I've started to make plans assuming that it's going to be sustainable. So cheers and fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's part of the human condition, I imagine. Conversations with Christy. She agrees. Me too, Spanx. My nerves really kick in before lives. Absolutely, Kristen. Isn't that how it's always supposed to be? Captain is always a member of the crew. I guess I never thought about it like that, but absolutely. And Casey, that's for certain. That is 100% for certain. But I'm getting my bedtime and everything in order, so this is normalizing. It's just taking some time. I sometimes bedtime is a point of stress because there's so much that needs to be done. So now I'm like shutting down all my activities at 9, and then hoping to get into bed by 9:30. But 10 o'clock's fine, and I'm still getting 7 hours. Oh well, that's awesome, Jimena. There has been talk of moving some times. I think on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday specifically, we're going to be doing the morning an hour later than we normally do. Uh, we did a little poll, and there was a resounding 8 a.m. Pacific for Saturday, Sunday morning. So I think that, I don't know, I hope that, I don't know, I guess that is later in the day. So hopefully it still works for your schedule, Jimena. Admirals have one too. I think the Admiral's supposed to have a fleet. Aryeh Schleider. Good morning, bud. How are you? Good to see you, dude. I appreciate that body illusion. A lot of it has to do with Lucy and our relationship, and that was like the time when it broke down. We went through a lot of hard stuff in December. Both Decembers we were together, and I want to say I was doing lots of crack last December. So we're gonna have new trauma in December now, and old trauma. It's great. It's absolutely great. Not last December, 2 Decembers ago. You guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. 2022 December. That's right. Yeah, the ripples on the boat, and honestly, all of you guys, you're part of the fleet. You guys carry this message out in your regular lives. You know what I mean? When you're out doing your thing, I'm quite certain that y'all are out there, leading with your heart, supporting people, being good humans, spreading the message of connection. I have no doubt in my heart that y'all are carrying this message beyond the boat. So y'all, damn well, every single one of you is a boat. We are the fleet, you know, and our only mission is to spread this message of connection and love. That's it. That's all. This world's seriously lacking in connection with all our connectivity devices. I think it's up to the people to know. It's up to us to lead by example. To teach through like better living. You know what I mean? So I appreciate every single one of you for doing that. And I know the proof's in the pudding. I know y'all are out there doing it because you do it to me. You know what I mean? So this is just something special. This is something special. Decembers were never rough until Lucy. And she didn't make it rough. We just forged some really horrific experiences those 2 Decembers together. So it's only natural. Hey, Yadira, how you doing? Good morning and welcome. Good to see you. Definitely, Brenda. I definitely doubt that's going to happen. You never say never, right? But I feel pretty certain that I'm not down. In fact, I'm like not necessarily comfortable talking about the crack thing. Like I'm not. I'm still very uncomfortable with it. So I don't think I'll be. Makes me nervous just thinking and talking about it. Not like I will use. I'm not going to use. It's not going to happen, right? But just the whole subject feels uncomfortable still. Probably because I need to peel the onion and do some more journaling. But there's also not that much time removed from it. It's been a year and it's May. It's been a year and 3 months, right? Something like that. A year and 2 months. So I just got to be patient with myself. I am not in a hurry to to unearth that stuff. And when I start to feel like there's no more work at hand, right? When I start to feel like I'm resting on my laurels, that's when I bust that shovel out. I don't know, but right now it's not the time. I can feel it in my bones. Spanx, you have a real talk about Tara coming back on and doing Spanx questions this time. Well, we did speak about that the other night. I didn't see her yesterday, but I think that's because she had some things going on. Um, but I do intend to continue that dialogue with her. I do want to interview her again, and I know that she has some questions for me, and we discussed how to do that. Honestly, she can come on the boat and drive this sucker anytime she wants. So maybe we just do another interview on the boat, but we reverse the roles. Maybe she can wear a captain's hat and interview me on the boat. I don't know, and we could do it on her channel too, right? But um, either way, definitely something that we've been talking about, body illusion. So stay tuned for that. There's definitely going to be questions flying both ways. Tara and I have a good time. So I definitely see more of us in the future in maybe other formats too. Who knows? Hopefully. One can hope. One can hope for the best. Brenda's just beginning to journal. Sweet deal. I tell you what, I just have all kinds of stuff, and I don't fill a page up every time. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's oh my, now I lost my place. I don't always fill up a page, which is not probably a good practice, but I mean I did a video a while back about like me relapsing or whatever, or being like in the stages of relapse, I should say, not relapsing, but not journaling. I wasn't journaling, and I forget what the deal was, but so I've been trying to journal. I've been trying to get back on the horse, and I have been journaling every day. I'm still trying to get the discipline there, but the only thing standing between me and discipline is me. So if I just allow myself to do that and get out of my own way, it should be just fine. I have faith in myself. I don't know. I'm stubborn and I'm slow and I'm a very complex and unique creature. So I just got to be patient with myself and like I just because I know lots of things and like what I need to be doing doesn't mean I can make it all happen at once too, right? I don't know. Just doing my best. Isn't it body illusion? I hope Tara sees this comment because I think she would enjoy it. I slipped the boat name to people, casually. Rick Spicer, good morning. Rick Spicer getting spicy this morning. Pretty sure he said skanks earlier. I had to do a double take. Good to see you, Rick. How you doing, brother? Well, I think I'm done. I think I want to have some eggs and sausage and a nice workout. And then, I don't know, maybe not a nap. I'm like reluctant to do the nap. I just always want to take a nap all the time, but that's like a bad habit, I think. Tamber June. Good morning. Good morning. 100% real. All right. Yep, I think it is that time. Did water aerobics at 7:30. Let's go, Piano Mom. Tamber June says, "I love when you sing." Well, maybe one of these days I'll like do it for real instead of just messing around, because I do enjoy a good song, I do enjoy singing. Is this real? Johnny Scoville, definitely not a stranger to the camera. He has some sweet tricks, doesn't he? I like the way that he interacts. He's a legend. I love him. That's my uncle. It's my unkie. Member for 16 months. Zenwen. Been listening. Much love, everyone. Looking good in green, Zen. Good to see you. Did I miss one of these earlier? No. Just imagining things. I'm feeling like weird and tired again. Maybe I do need a nap today. I just like said the word nap and my body's like, oh yeah, let's do that. Oh, it's my absolute pleasure, Body Illusion. My entire day would literally not be as good without it. So, Body Illusion says, "Thank you for taking the time to be with all of us this morning. I love the boat and the crew." Yeah, the morning boat is one of my highlights of the day. We get to hang out, start our day together. And, where we go from here is up to us, right? We all got to start it pretty darn good together, right? Even if we started it before the boat and it was a little rough. Once we get together, I feel like it's a little easier. So much love, everyone. And on that note, I'm out of here. Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications. If you like what we do here, it certainly makes a difference on the back end. And go out there and connect. All right. Make sure to catch conversations with Christy at, I believe that's in 45 minutes. We're going to be talking about some similar stuff that we talked about here on the boat, and I may make a surprise appearance over there. Much love, everyone. I'm going to try and not cut myself off this time. Let's test this. I'm going to stop